I'm Claire Flannery, the TU Dublin Student Volunteering Coordinator, and I work with Anita Conway, KTB and Intillayoak and Labby in the City Campus Society's office. But important to note that we support all student volunteering where possible across all three TU Dublin campuses, Atella and Blanchardstown too. We are very proud to say that this is the first pan-university TU Dublin Student Volunteering Awards, and we know that our support and recognition for student volunteering will only get better. It's not necessary to go into too much detail about the challenges faced this year, which have been immense and have impacted on the volunteering and charitable sector hugely. But what is necessary is to showcase the absolute tenacity of our students in finding ways to overcome the challenges and inventive new ways to volunteer and support the charitable sector. From peer mentors to class reps, student ambassadors and many more on-campus volunteering, from the Million Tree Planting Project with Easy Treesy to 1 tree planted at Grange Gorman for Pieta House, from 100s of TU Dublin students and staff walking 155 kilometres in the month of March for Relay for Life for Irish Cancer Society, to one student walking 500 miles for the ONeill in less time than that. New partnerships formed with charities such as Third Age Ireland, Fighting Words and Ash Animal Rescue, and old partnerships were maintained and strengthened even. So we couldn't clean the canal together this year, and we couldn't do our annual St. Patrick's Day dinner, but our students' imaginations were opened up, and innovative new ventures were realised, such as Doggy Donation Drive, our Building Connections project, and Zoom-based conversational English classes. Literally hundreds of thousands of much needed euro was raised for many charities, and stories were shared at our weekly Volunteer Wednesday sessions to inspire and motivate each other to do even more. No doubt about it, our students have been living the TU Dublin strategy revolving around people, planet and partnerships. They have been making great strides in hitting the UN Sustainable Development Goals, whether they know it or not, and in building skills that will stand to them in their careers and throughout their lives. So well done to you. Hand on heart, despite the terrible consequences that the charitable sector and its beneficiaries have had to endure, and at times even because of those restrictions pushing us into new territory and allowing for new online connections and collaboration, we have had a good year for student volunteering here at TU Dublin. Because of our students' resilience and creativity, and because our support for volunteering activity is growing. So why are we here this evening? We are here to celebrate our students, plain and simple, and we are here to recognise as many of you as we can, and we wish we could recognise and reward more of you. All I can say is if you have managed to volunteer in any way this year, well done to you. You have done so well. We know that people don't volunteer to get a thank you. It is a thing ultimately we do because we are compelled to help others. And everything else is a bonus, but we know instinctively, and research backs this up, it is important to recognise, and I quote, all humans need to be recognised in a meaningful way for their efforts. This helps build self-esteem and confidence. And we know volunteering opportunity support and recognition of volunteers builds a sense of belonging to TU Dublin and a sense of belonging to each other. I want to thank so many people, and I'm sure I will forget some, but there are definitely a number of people who really need to be thanked. And thanked to make sure that student volunteering even exists as a sport here at TU Dublin. And they include Anita, Katie and Intillayoak in the Society's office. Their passion for helping students is second to none. Our sports team, especially Cara and Laura, our chaplains, our students' union team, our guest speakers, our selection panel, Mark O'Donnell, Mary Scally, Sandra Thompson and Katie and Finn. A massive thank you to Finn ONeill, our chairperson for student volunteering, who's one of the most committed and creative people I've had the chance to work with. And to our wonderful TU Dublin student volunteer champions, you've been amazing. And they are Ciara Maloney, Diana Novak, Corolla Margaya Garcia, Florence Dada, Kelly Lee Butler, Mark Keegan and Samantha Corcoran. You have steered our activity this year. You have made so much happen. You're absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. So without further ado, welcome to the first ever TU Dublin Student Volunteering Awards 2021. And I will hand the mic over to our TU Dublin President, Professor David Fitzpatrick, to say a few words. And thank you to Professor David Fitzpatrick for being here tonight. Enjoy the celebrations and good luck if you are nominated. And listen to the stories when the winners have been announced. They really are inspiring. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to TU Dublin's inaugural Pan-University Student Volunteering Awards. It's a pleasure to be joining you this evening in our celebration of students volunteering. This evening, we aim to recognise our students' contribution and their impact, both to the TU Dublin community and to our external communities and partners. Student volunteering impacts many stakeholders, the students themselves, the university, and a wide range of volunteer involving organisations, together with, of course, wider society. TU Dublin values all of our students' extracurricular, civic engagement and social enterprise activities, both on campus and off campus. Collectively, all student volunteers should feel a great sense of accomplishment, and you should recognise that each one of you has contributed to working together for the benefit of others and in building a real sense of community, particularly over the last 14 or 16 months, during times when lockdown isolation and COVID-19 was most acute. The awards this evening reflect the range of activities and initiatives that students have engaged with and recognises the achievements and innovation in fundraising, impactful charitable campaigns, educational projects, as well as individual students who showed great leadership throughout the many campus-based extracurricular activities and other volunteer engagement. This evening, 140 students from across the university will be awarded the TU Dublin Pillar of the Community Awards, of which there are 3 categories: gold, silver and bronze. These students have registered their volunteering hours on the national platform StudentVolunteer.ie. I'll mention a little bit more about that in a few minutes. This evening, Niall Breslin will be accepting our TU Dublin Social Justice Hero Award. He's been nominated and awarded through recommendations of TU Dublin students, and we look very much forward to hearing from Niall later. Students are supported on campuses to also reflect on their volunteering and to document their learning journey, and this is supported by our online platform, StudentVolunteer.ie. With these awards this evening and through our Lead Award and Stellar Awards, we are recognising and rewarding students who engaged in experiential and active learning through a reflective volunteer practice. We are, of course, also extremely proud of all the students who worked hard as individual volunteers and those who've worked together in groups this year. The following paints a picture of just a fraction of the activities that you've engaged with since September 2020. We have more than 300 society committee members, over 100 sports club committee members, 150 peer mentors across the university, with more than 700 class representatives across all 3 campuses. 319 student volunteers registered on StudentVolunteer.ie, with 3,803 hours of volunteering activity logged since September. And this, of course, is only a fraction of the total number of hours that students have committed in their volunteering activities. Highlights of TU Dublin's student volunteering activity this year include many great charity challenges, led by students and frequently joined by members of TU Dublin staff. To name just a few, these include the North Pole Dash for Crumlin Children's Hospital, TU Dublin Society's Christmas Appeal, which raised over €5,000 for their 3 chosen charities, SVP Ireland, Dublin Simon Community and the Capuchin Day Centre, together with many donations to the SVP Virtual Giving Tree. The incredible Relay for Life Challenge for Irish Cancer Society, which was led by Cara Obukala and the Sports Club Executive, amongst others, raised a staggering figure of €106,000. Most recently, the Darkness into Light for Pieta House campaign included a 360-degree video taken at sunrise from the rooftops of Grange Gorman, which was filmed by Finn ONeill, our chairperson for student volunteering. The TU Dublin Darkness into Light campaign raised over €5,000 for Pieta House. Of course, given the year that we've just experienced, we must recognise that this is a pivotal time for third-level student volunteering in Ireland. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the vital role that students play in supporting student health and well-being, as well as having a positive impact on student retention, not to mention the personal, academic and social benefits for students, and that they benefit and derive from volunteering. A recent report from the IOA on Irish higher education institutions, entitled Help Fight the Pandemic, detail the key role that student volunteers have played. In closing, I'd like to congratulate all of you who will receive awards this evening, but also to thank the hundreds of you who are involved in volunteering across TU Dublin, whether it's in clubs or societies, or in social, societal or charitable activities within and external to TU Dublin. Your contributions not only improve the lives of others, but also, I hope, gives you a sense of purpose, fuels ambition to address societal challenges, and contributes greatly to your personal well-being. Your work inspires others to continue in your footsteps and encourages them to follow your great examples of commitment, inclusion, and engagement. Thank you once again for everything you've achieved to date, and look forward to seeing more through our award ceremonies this evening. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Finn ONeill, the chairperson for volunteering this year, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's volunteered this year, which sadly has been a really tough time for so many people, but as a community I strongly believe we've made a huge difference through our projects. I'd firstly like to say a huge thank you to all the volunteers, from the SV Champions team to the Relay for Life teams, and all the societies who did their own fantastic volunteering and fundraising events, for their great work over the year, and all the hours we spent in Zoom calls I really think showed that they were worth it when it came to our projects and events, which I can really say that I'm proud to have been involved with. I'd also like to acknowledge the great work done by students inside the college as class reps and peer mentors, who were put under very difficult circumstances this year but really showed how great they are. I'd also like to acknowledge all the students who gave time to the causes they cared about the most outside of college. Your work doesn't go unrecognised, and I want to personally say thank you, as your work benefits the TU Dublin community so much and makes us all very proud to be a part of this community. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to all the staff this year who've been incredibly helpful and understanding of our situations, as always. But I'd like to say a special thank you to Claire, who is at the heart of this community, and without Claire I haven't a clue how this year would have gone, and I don't really want to know. Claire's made this year fantastic to be involved with volunteering, with her dedication to bring opportunities into the college for students, but also guiding us to bring our own ideas to reality. I can personally say I've had an amazing year through volunteering, and I've learned so much, and I think I speak for the community when I say I couldn't have done it without Claire's help. And with this year being so restricted, I have very bright hopes for the next year when we'll hopefully get back into campus and keep growing the TU Dublin volunteering community.